Hello and welcome to the Little Red Block. It's been a while since we've been here. I think it's been about 3 months. I'm Darren Nichols. I'm here today with Eric and Henok, and we're going to discuss the plan for Marvel and DC movies over the next 5 years. So there was a schedules announced for both studios going into 2020 of all the films that they're going to make. But off the back of the comments made by Steven Spielberg over the last couple of months, which is our comic book movie is going to go the same way as the spaghetti western, we thought it would be a good idea to come together and discuss our thoughts on that. So what we'll do is we'll kind of run through year by year, and we'll kind of do a hit and miss on what we think of the films and kind of discuss the where we think that these movies are going. So 2016, we have Deadpool, we have Batman vs Superman, Captain America Civil War, X-Men Apocalypse, Suicide Squad, Gambit, and Doctor Strange. Yeah. What do we think about those?
Well, they seem like hits from, if we're looking at what have been released prior to most of those movies and the ones that are coming out. I think I'm quite optimistic about them, especially having seen some of the trailers for Deadpool particularly. I thought that looks quite good. X-Men, and then they can go one of two ways, couldn't they?
Well, all these are like now, how they're coming up, they're all leading to bigger stories and they're trying to match up, and it's now more towards the comic book storylines and everything. So that's the great thing about it. But it's coming to a situation where, every year, every month, I'm waiting for a comic book movie to go to cinema. I'm like thinking, it's like, don't get me wrong, man, I'm dead excited to see Deadpool. All these movies, it does come to a point where you're thinking, right, okay, this is great, but let me relax a little bit, let's see something different,
Yeah.
So, but then when you see the trailers, I think they smashed it. I mean, even Suicide Squad, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, this looks, all these, they're very good now with the trailers, because they're teasers, you see little things, and you're like, oh gosh, Batman, Superman, and you see, the stuff with the Joker, the Robin suit, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I just spotted something, and the Riddler, question mark, you're like, oh my gosh, this is, you're getting excited of the possibilities, not even the movies.
I think we mentioned on here that I had concerns in the kind of Batman, Superman, that they rushed to a point to bring the Justice League together and potentially miss so much backstory, but obviously I know that had the Nolan films not that long ago, so I can understand that. But I think the interesting thing with these films is, apart from Captain America and apart from X-Men, is that there's a difference in format to some of these films. So you see with Iron Man, it came on, it kind of took off. That was the thing that really kind of started making comic movies coming back into it. Iron Man took off. Iron Man 2, not so good. Thor 2, not so good. Avengers, Age of Ultron could never live up to it. And you find that sometimes a film will come out and it will catch you by surprise. Guardians of the Galaxy will be a prime example of that, where you go, oh, this was awesome, because your expectations were low.
Yeah.
And I think because when they bring it in as a new format, you think, oh, okay, it's different. It's something different.
Yeah.
But when you start having sequels, you lose that format. So I think things like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I think we'll get on a little bit later on, won't have the same impact as the first one and won't be as successful. So I think things like Deadpool, Suicide Squad, Gambit, Doctor Strange, they are new films.
Yeah.
Fair enough, they're going to be part of a wider universe, but they're new films. So I'm optimistic with those ones. Whereas, I don't know, I think that maybe Batman, Superman, Captain America, they could be kind of,
like you mentioned with like the Chris Nolans. For me, like now, like the Chris Nolan movie with Batman, for me it's like, wow, it's been rebooted so many times, that's it, I want something new. And most probably that's why they bring out the like Gambit. Come on. It's been a while,
We've been itching to see him. He's not even featured in any of the other ones.
I think he was in
X-Men
Origins. Yeah.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
But it wasn't a big character, he was just a side part.
Yeah.
But yes, it's good to... with the character like that.
Personally, I think he's one of my favourite characters, especially within the X-Men. He's definitely my favourite character.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's Wolverine, but for me, it's always been Gambit.
And to be honest, I think that's what most people want. Actually, I think people are getting to the point where the rebooting is getting a little bit tiresome. Fantastic Four. People were really dead excited with that the reboot of Fantastic Four, because even though you could say the movies in the noughties, that of Fantastic Four could have been a flop in that retrospect, but you thought, there's something coming up, and then they came up with a great cast, director, and then suddenly you watch Fantastic Four and you go, what the hell happened there? It's just confusion.
I think we'll touch on Fantastic Four as we move through the years, because I think that's quite a relevant story. But I think with that, it seemed to, the whole production seemed to implode, I think, for one reason or another. But we'll talk about that in a second. So we'll move on to 2017's films, but let's go around and kind of see if we think they're going to be hit and miss. So Deadpool,
hit.
Definitely.
Hit, I hope.
Yeah.
I really hope. I really hope it's a hit. Batman, Superman?
It's, regardless of the storyline, they're going to make money on that. So, but the storyline, I don't know.
Let's take it from the perspective as fans rather than them being box office hits.
Yeah.
Let's look at it.
I think it will be DC's big hit.
I pray
it will be.
I hope it is, but my gut feeling is it's going to flop. That's just my gut feeling. It just seems from the trailer there's too much going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it might be a little bit too forced, a little bit too much, but fingers crossed. Captain America Civil War. Ooh. It's a big story.
Yeah.
It's a very big story.
I don't know. Are people getting bored of Captain America?
Well, I think that's probably why they've introduced the Civil War storyline, because it's like, it split that whole Marvel universe, didn't it? So I think it's...
And brings in so many more characters. And so I just think from that perspective, from the characters and the build-up and the backstory, I think it could be a hit.
I'm going to say miss.
I think I'm going to say miss on that one as well. I think they're going to...
And I don't want to.
I think they're going to miss the mark. I think it depends on how they treat the storyline. I mean, our resident comic book expert's not here today. But that Civil War storyline was a big storyline, and I think it's how they treat that, because obviously Spider-Man was integral to that whole storyline in the comics, so it'd be interesting to see how they use that. But I'm saying miss. X-Men Apocalypse. I've seen the pictures of Apocalypse, and straight away I'm going to say, no, that's going to be a miss. It just doesn't look...
X-Men is now, I think X-Men dead in the water now. It's coming to a point where it's like, it's been going on for a long time, and it's coming to a point, it's run its, gauntlet now, that's it.
Yeah, it does need a big overhaul. Even the last few ones I've not been totally impressed with. So
miss.
For me, it's definitely a miss.
I think that's an overriding miss. Yeah. Suicide Squad.
I'm gonna say it's just when I saw Will Smith, I'm like, oh God. It's just like, and I'm a fan of Will Smith. Don't get me wrong, but just like, I think there's I don't know. I'm gonna go, because it's kind of new. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a hit.
I'd have to agree. Just from reading around the backstory in regards to it, and they've got the cast they've got. They can all act.
Yeah.
They can all act. So I have to say it'd be a hit.
I hope so. It's got all the components to be a hit, but it could very easily fail as well. Based on, I think it's all about atmosphere. Suicide Squad is dark. It's supposed to be dark. These are people that have been psychopaths, murderers, and they're being let out to go and save, quoting Will Smith, save the world. But I want to see it being dark.
It's
I really want to see it dark.
And
obviously I want to see Jared Leto, and I really want him to be a good Joker.
Yeah.
I really hope he is. I mean, loads of people have already cast their opinions on it, but I really hope it does work. So I'm going to say hit. I'm going to be optimistic with that one. I really hope it does work. Gambit, I think we all want it to work, right? So, it's one of the films that we haven't heard of anything of, or haven't seen anything of yet. No trailer, nothing. It's, who's the actor? Channing Tatum. I think is playing Gambit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't. Wow.
Yeah, Channing Tatum's playing Gambit. So I think he announced it on Twitter a couple of weeks back. I think he said, "How do you say something in Creole?" So I think that kind of gave it away.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's a good cast actually. I think it might be quite good. So I'm interested to see it. So I think hit.
Yeah, I'm going for a hit. And I'm pushing it for a hit. I'm willing it to be
Yeah.
a hit.
Yeah.
That's
Just purely because we like him as a character
Yeah.
and we want it to be successful.
Doctor Strange.
Well, the truth be told, I don't know too much about Doctor Strange, and I've just been going through stuff, and already the stuff that I've read upon, I'm like, okay, this character seems to be something very interesting, especially with what's going on with the Marvel Universe, and I think he's going to be an important character. So is it going to be one of those movies where, this is Doctor Strange, this is an explanation of who he is, and, to introduce the character. And to be honest, if it's like that, I think it's going to be a hit because, people want to see a new character. But, like I said, I don't know too much about him.
What would be interesting though is the whole magic thing. How are they going to really now explain that going forward?
First time they're really bringing magic into it.
Because that's just going to be, and it's all based on Earth, etc. So it's going to be very, very interesting how they tackle that story.
Mm. The interesting thing for me is I think they've got the casting spot on, which I think is going to. They've got a fantastic actor playing Doctor. I think it's Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Well, that's what I've
heard.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that is the case.
Yeah.
For me, I think that it should be a hit where you've got him on it. It's all about getting the script right, and you're right, how they kind of tackle the storyline. I think the story should be good. The actor is good. So it's all about how the director kind of pieces all that together and puts the story together.
Exactly, yeah.
Should be good. Okay, we'll take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and we'll discuss 2017. It seems like ages away, isn't it? Okay, so join us in the next part and we'll run through 2017's list of I was going to say Marvel and DC comic book movies.